Speaking of soccer, in the next segment, I'm going to be able to tell you where not the next World Cup. The next World Cup is for some reason in Qatar, and by some reason I mean the Qatari delegation was able to give the appropriate bribes to FIFA. But we're going to be able to know whether or not the World Cup is in Morocco or in a joint bid between the United States, Canada, and Mexico, which would mean that Canada would actually be qualified for the World Cup for, like, maybe the first time that I'm aware of. That would be exciting. I think that and I'll confirm this tomorrow. I think that, assuming that we do actually get the bid, I think that the games would be going on in Edmonton, Toronto, and Montreal. I think 6 games or whatever it is that would take place in Canada. So, not ideal in terms of me being able to get out to them, but it's interesting to know that it's an option. Yeah. I don't know, man. I feel bad. I advertised a 7-day week podcast, and I'm only really providing 6 to you, just because I screwed up and didn't save. I'm going to make sure that I save this right now, because we're going to move on to Wednesday. All right, it's Wednesday. Big news today. We got the fucking World Cup. And by we, I mean the 3 of the United States and Canada and Mexico, the traditional 3 amigos. Of course, we are, a security risk to the United States. I'm not getting into Trump again. I'm not going to do it. You're not going to bait me into this right now, folks. It's not going to happen. You can try your best, but I'm not going to do it, okay? I'm not going to do it. It's been a bit of a weird week. I'm tired. So yeah, the World Cup coming to a city near you. So from what I understand, it's going to be basically 10 games, sort of each for Canada and Mexico, with the remaining 60 games going to the United States. Those 10 games will probably be split here in Canada between the Edmonton, Montreal, and Toronto, just based on size of fields. Although I'm surprised that there wasn't Vancouver added into the mix there, because when I understand the Whitecaps stadium is probably big enough to host a World Cup, because there's certain stadium size requirements that go along with hosting a World Cup game. But honestly, I was surprised to find out about this. So obviously, I did a little bit more reading into it than I did yesterday when I was talking about this. I thought for sure Morocco was going to get it, but I'm happy to see that I might actually be able to go to one of these World Cup games if I time out, a hypothetical vacation for a job I don't yet have. If I time that out properly and save up a bit of money, I might be able to make a little trip to Toronto and maybe catch a game. It's going to be a lot more teams than are in this year's World Cup. Right now, we're looking down the barrel at a 48 team format, which will be 16 groups of 3. I assume then the top 2 would qualify from each group, and then maybe it's just the top 1 qualifies from each group and goes right into the round of 16, which would make those groups be probably a little bit crazy. Probably certainly make the round of 16 a little bit insane, because there's going to be that one team that maybe doesn't belong in the round of 16 that's going to make it to the round of 16 if they don't do like a round of 32, which I think they could possibly do, but I don't know how they would go about that. Hard to say, but I'm looking forward to that World Cup. Of course, it's 8 years away, but we've got that to look forward to, and of course we've got tomorrow's World Cup opener to look forward to, I guess. Russia and Saudi Arabia. I might have said Iran earlier in this show. It's kind of the problem with doing this show the way that I'm doing it this week is I don't really remember what I said like 3 days ago or 4 days ago or whenever it was that I first talked about the World Cup on this episode. I don't remember. I might have accidentally said Iran. I might have gotten my groups mixed up there. Iran's in Group B, I believe, and with Morocco, Spain, and Portugal, and Saudi Arabia, Russia, Uruguay, and Egypt, which I hope Mohamed Salah gets to... he's had such a good season. I hope he gets to play. We're going to talk about that tomorrow, though, because the World Cup, and what should be a fairly boring draw to open the World Cup. Actually, you know what? Russia might win that. I think... So I'm going to be doing a bracket here soon, and I think that I might pick Russia to win that game. I don't think they're making it out of the group, but we'll see. At this point, it's a lot of dramatic irony for you. I might be wrong, and maybe Saudi Arabia just absolutely kicks ass. Maybe Russia isn't as awful as I thought. Dramatic irony. Maybe on the other side of this little break. Okay, it's Thursday, and I just listened back to what I was saying yesterday, just to be sure that I said the things that I said, and I did say that there might be some dramatic irony. Russia 5, Saudi Arabia 0. I did do up a bracket. I still have Russia going out, not making it out of the groups, but shit, 5-0. That might have blown my spot up. Hard to say. Honestly, I only have a second to record this. This episode's probably actually going to go up late, just because I don't have the time that I was hoping for today, just because of when the game happened versus when I had the opportunity to record, and I'm not going to have time to edit and put this all together. So we're maybe gonna do a late update. Maybe I'll start doing these episodes in the afternoon. I never really said that it was going to continue to be a morning thing once I switched over to Fridays. It was the Monday morning nonsense. There's no real Friday morning fun times or something like I've been working on. Maybe it's just, a Friday afternoon fiesta. There we go. Oh, yes. Vindication. If nothing else came from this, we're doing a Friday afternoon fiesta every single week here on the John Dulong Show. Oh, if this is terrible, if this episode is absolutely awful, at the very least, we got Friday afternoon fiesta out of this. That is exciting. Okay, I got to get ready for work. I'm going to come back once I've edited this show to do I got to do the intro and I got to do the outro. So I'll see you on Friday, I guess. I didn't intend for there to be Friday to Friday in this thing, but that's the way it worked out. Here we go. That's the great experiment there for a week in the life of the John Dulong Show. Like I said, I'm gonna give this another shot for next week. Start recording, probably after I'm finished uploading this show. Definitely didn't intend for us to still be talking on the following Friday. My mic is just bouncing around here. It is not suspended properly. I'm sorry if that's making noise for you that normally wouldn't be there. But when have you ever expected this to be a professionally run endeavor? I am exhausted today, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Had a late night, early morning type of situation. Had an exam this morning, and I've got some football to watch today. Didn't catch the Egypt-Uruguay game. Well, you know what? We'll talk about that maybe next week. You know what? I don't want to cannibalize what this next week's episode is going to be all about. Listen, if you enjoyed this show, if you enjoyed this new format, if you like it, make sure you reach out to me either on Facebook, facebook.com/The John Dulong Show, Twitter @Jibberdy, JIBERDY, or email into the show at johndulong@gmail.com. I'd be more than happy to hear your feedback on it. It's something I want to try for the next couple of weeks. I like it. I think it gives the show a special, unique flavor. Gives us a little opportunity to do a breadth of different topics while not harping too deeply on any one in particular. Also, it's, from the looks of things, kept the show down to the length that I was looking for, because we're just about to creep up on the 45-minute mark, which is usually my new aimed for out. So we're gonna go into the outro. You're gonna hear the jangly banjo music starting to fade in, and you're gonna hear me start to say that this show is produced by me with music from Mom Plays Here. You can check them out at loyaltyfreakmusic.com. Also, logo by Skylar Greencorn, who you can check out at artstation.com/sgreencorn. You can follow me on social media at Jibberdy, JIBERDY. Follow the show on facebook.com/The John Dulong Show, and email into the show at johndulongShow@gmail.com. You can find the show in all the normal podcast places, hopefully Spotify one of these days. And you can also go to johndulong.com. If you could, go ahead, rate and review on your platform of choices. That helps get more folks listening to the show. Now, if you want to help support the show, you can go to johndulong.com/Patreon, where you can get a number of great rewards starting at just $1. We're going to be looking at upgrading some of those rewards here soon. Another great way that you can help out the show is just to tell a friend about us here at the John Dulong Show. Us, by us, I mean me. Get the word out. Tell them we're doing something new with the show here on the Friday afternoon fiesta. Oh yes, we've got a new tagline for the show. That's exciting. I'm excited about that. If nothing else, this experiment has yielded that. And you know me, I like a good little bit of alliteration here on the show. Make sure that you tune in every single Friday to the John Dulong Show. So for John Dulong, I'm John Dulong, and remember, I, for one, like Roman numerals. Thanks.